Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode here on the Global Conquerors channel of the podcast Conquest. This is episode 6 of the current season. It's SMGFrenzy joined with.
Assassin, welcome back to, I was going to say weekly episode, but we haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. I
Yeah,
haven't
this
been a podcast
is.
in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's been about 2 weeks, and this is the week coming right off of Thanksgiving. So happy belated Thanksgiving to all who are celebrating or did celebrate. But we have a jam-packed episode. There has been a lot happening in the past 2 weeks. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things, a lot of in-between
Esports
things.
winner, really
Esports
good,
winner. Yeah, it's
really
it's
good.
hitting now.
So,
But I guess we'll start off with a good thing, which is 2 weeks old news, but T1.
is it 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Wasn't it
it's
last
been
week?
2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, or 1 week ago. Actually, you might be right.
No, it was last week.
Yeah, 1 week ago, T1 Faker won his fourth worlds.
Are we like, I don't think we're even shocked about it. I mean, we kind of expected it.
Yep.
Um, like you said, they don't lose to Chinese teams, ever. And then I doubt he would have taken the L on this one.
Hmm.
Um, It was kind of destined at this point from how the year that they went out for them, and then um, the rumors of roster changes with their roster from the get go,
Yep.
which we'll get into since we've been talking about it. We've been talking about the rosters changing from like throughout the season already.
Hmm.
Um, but like we said, we'll get to it after this. So yeah, congrats to the goat of esports again. He's just making it. He's just creating a big gap for anyone trying to catch up to him, and it's already, like you said, it's already hard
Yeah.
to catch up. Um, but even close to him, due to like the military service uh reasoning, so a lot of players get their careers cut short.
Yep.
Um, it's just at this point, no one's got. I mean, no one's even gotten two.
No, there's
I mean,
players with two, but like that's where they peaked. A lot of them
or
retired
more
after two
more
or
than
could
two.
never. Yeah, more than
He
two.
was the
It's
only
still.
one with three, and he's the only one with four.
Yep.
So I mean, at this point, he's just creating a bigger gap, and from how they and from what they are planning to, they're planning to go again, and
Yep.
it's likely possible. I just hope that they could win more instead of more throughout the season upcoming.
I mean, we can pair this in with the other topic that I have, which is LCK Roster Mania, which has been going off right after the Worlds final. We know for a fact, actually, that T1 has re signed all their players. So they're running back the same roster next year. And they also brought back their star-studded coach who won them two world championships back to back in 2015 and 2016. So they're going for another back to back approach in the
Wait,
following two worlds.
so does he get added onto their staff, or he's their new head coach, or he's just part
T1
of the staff now?
technically didn't have a head coach for the past year, if you remember, because
We
they changed it out during spring, and then they had like a temporary one. So
So is he like their main coach now, or is
yeah,
he
now
part?
they have like an actual main coach
But
again.
obviously they're gonna keep the two that they had throughout the year because they just won worlds with them,
Yeah, exactly. Like
right?
the
So
dudes
I
who like their
doubt.
drafting coach is staying throughout this year. So good things for T1. Now, that's not the only big LCK roster news. We know that what was it? Damwon? Yeah, Damwon let go of Deft. Deft has now rejoined his good man which one was it? The one that was on Team Liquid this year. Do you remember his name?
Is it Zeka?
Zeka, yeah.
No,
Deft
is
and
it Zeka?
Zeka have now rejoined together for Deft's actual last year because he can't keep pushing it back anymore on KT Ulster. And their roster looks fine, but I'm not sure if they're gonna go anywhere.
Um, it's better than the roster they just had,
Hmm.
so it's a little bit of an improvement. I don't know how much, um, but I hope. I mean, I would say hopefully it's his last year, but I mean, he can't push back military service
Yeah,
unless he wins the Asian Games, which
which
I
means he has to
don't.
get picked for the
He
roster.
has to pick for the roster, and then I don't. I doubt there's even one for next year.
No, so he's
So,
stuck in his last year.
so he has to. Yeah. So this will be the last year of Def or Def. Def is it Def?
Deft.
Def.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's actually his last year, and the dance will come to an end.
Hmm.
One way or the other, it will come to an end.
And then Gen
Um,
G have dropped two of their big players, but they're keeping Chovy as expected. They're not going to let him go
I mean,
anywhere.
it's the same with T1. They're not gonna let Faker, and I don't think Faker would ever go anywhere.
Yep.
I think he'll just stay. It doesn't matter what salary they offer him.
I mean,
He'll
Faker's
literally
stuck
just
on
go.
T1 anyway since he's a part owner. So,
He's loyal his fan and his obviously the org that gave him a chance. So
yep.
obviously this world's meant more to him. I mean I know I'm going back to, but this means more because of his. Obviously we saw the teaser for his teammates,
Hmm.
but if you this is actually means more for T1 because T1's actual first trophy as under the new name
Yep.
because they won it as T1.
The
What was it
past
called? What
three
was it called?
years, it was SKT T1.
SKT T.
Yeah.
So this one's the first
That's just
official one
T1.
as
Yeah.
T1. So it means a lot more for the organization because obviously they rebranded, right?
Hmm.
And then Faker won this one more for his teammates because obviously all the cheeser.
Yep.
And yeah, they kind of spit this year on the storylines. They went hard this year. I'll give them that.
They didn't have much to work with, but
They
they made it
they
happen.
they
you know?
literally made Faker they literally like teased him as the final boss, and
Yep.
my guy still came in on top. And yeah, shout out to what was the name of the team they played in the final?
Weibo?
Yeah, shout out to them. They played good. I mean, obviously, um, they felt bad that they didn't put up a fight, but I mean, getting to the finals is it's already an accomplishment.
Hmm.
So it was good though. I don't think they played terrible. I don't think they played bad.
Weibo didn't play
It's just
bad in the first two games, but you could tell that by the third game they were tilted.
I mean, yeah, I could tell. I mean, uh, yeah, they did a lot better than. I mean, they exceeded. I mean, they made it further than what people thought they were gonna do.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like it could have gone either way to put, like on certain kills they could have gotten. I mean, obviously the third game wasn't close. I mean, you could tell T1 were just gonna go in there and take it.
Yep.
They weren't gonna stop. Yeah, they played good. But then as we could transition to
Well,
like say
before you retransition, also that game was the most watched esports event in history. League League continues to break records each year. Everybody knew that it was going to be one of the most watched, but now it is definitively the most watched esports event in history. And of course, T1 is like in the top three for like all most watched esports events. So it just shows you the power that that name brand with Faker, specifically in League, carries not just for League, but esports in general. And you just wonder what the scene will look like when he's not there. So,
yeah, I mean that's a one of a kind player.
mhm.
Uh, obviously we don't know. We're, we don't know how much. I mean, obviously they've been talking about him if he's gonna retire. He's not. This is like the first time they've been asking about retirement.
Yeah.
And,
But he said no, he's good. He'll keep
he's
going.
good.
But
Yeah.
on other league related news, since we can just get all this out of the way, somewhat league related, the LCS, which is our home region, announced that they're going from a 10 league region to an 8 league region, cutting out both Evil Geniuses and Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians owned by the what's it called, the basketball team of similar name, Golden State Warriors. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was waiting for you to say it.
and then
Were you
EG.
asking? Were you waiting for me to say it?
Yeah, I was gonna, but yeah,
Oh,
no,
I thought you were like building the suspense for
no,
it.
no, no. And then
No, okay,
EG
yeah.
owned by Peak Six, which is like some banking firm or whatever. Basically, the LCS is losing money a lot because people aren't watching the NA League for a lot of reasons. Cough, cough. But Golden Guardians was like the worst team in North America for almost its whole existence up until this year, where they actually qualified for Worlds, ironically. And then EG was good last year, and then has been operating with a skeleton crew this year. So it makes sense why those two orgs had cut out. But also, it leads into the next part with Evil Geniuses potentially just leaving esports entirely by the end of this year, as their
That's
management doesn't know
crazy.
what they're doing.
Um, it's pretty shocking like news. wasn't expecting that.
Hmm.
I think you might have known something about it, but you didn't. I don't think you were expecting them to like fully shut down.
It was like we thought they were gonna leave League, they were gonna leave Dota, probably keep Valorant, and that's about it. But like the past month, they dropped their CS:GO roster. They are now out of League. They dropped all their fighting games people and all their content creators. They dropped their full Dota roster, and technically the only roster they have now is Valorant, which is suspected to also be dissolved. After that, they have nothing. It's a collapse that very similar to what your team had not too long ago when Optic also kind of just disappeared for a moment.
No,
But like
they didn't.
Optic, they didn't like fully disappear, but like it was under new management and it wasn't the Optic that everybody remembered. The difference is that EG just might straight up be gone.
Which is crazy because EG is probably one of the longest, the oldest, one of the oldest esports, right?
Orgs
It
ever
has to
in
be.
1997. Yeah,
It has to be. It's one of the oldest. What is it? 26 years?
yeah. It's just
19,
before
wait,
esports was
1997?
even the set 97 around that. Yeah. So it'd be a shame for like an org that has so much history in Halo, Dota, League, just everything. You can name a famous esports player. They were
Uh,
probably on EG, like Sonic Fox,
was
fighting games player, was on EG.
Christ, dude.
EG won a COD champs one time, won Val champs this year. Like they have such a storied history, so it'd be sad for them just to just poof out of existence.
I don't know what could have led like to this. Could it be the esports winner?
It's partially esports winner since esports teams aren't making much, but also if you remember, EG had that whole controversy with their LCS player
Mm.
and about mistreating him and the whole mental health situation, and that made them lose a lot of supporters. And then they put their Valorant roster in contract prison after winning Val champs, and also cut their paychecks after winning. It's a lot of bad press happening back to back to back to back that kind of left us to where we are now. Unfortunate times for EG.
It's gonna be weird. It's one of the. Obviously, I like to mess around with and joke with you about EG.
Yeah,
Obviously, I joke a lot about it, but it's just sad to see one of those like esports
yeah.
teams or just dissolve.
I mean,
And
we'll see
there's
what
no,
happens.
there's no clue on what they want to do.
Yeah,
It's just something in the air. We'll see that.
yeah, we'll see. And then with as I mentioned, since Golden Guardians left League, that's the only esport they were in. That org is basically in the water as well. So esports winner is taking its toll already. But on the other side, Disguised Esports, one of the newer esports organizations, said that they'll be spending about $1 million per year, and they will be in League, which is they're in the NA like second tier league. They're in Apex. They're in TFT, which is like League's fighting game, not fighting game, but like I don't know how to describe TFT.
Isn't this one? Isn't this org ran by like a streamer or something? No,
Yeah,
right?
do you know Disguised Toast?
That's who it is. That's who it is.
Yeah, that's his org.
He's running with someone else though, right?
Yeah, there's another dude, but I don't remember who it is.
Because
But like,
I would see his thing come up and he would watch party his team.
mm-hmm.
I just didn't know he had that much like
No, dude's fan base
pull.
is huge. But yeah, League, Apex, TFT, and he said maybe fighting games. So that's already his team's been in the second tier for League for like a year now. His Apex, I
He's
don't
in Valve
watch.
too.
He's in Val. Okay, so
Yeah, he
like,
has Valorant. Obviously, you remember Ye from
mm-hmm,
Optic? He played on that team too at one point.
mm-hmm,
They were in the second division.
yeah. It seems like we're on like a second wave or maybe third wave of esports orgs coming in. This time owned by streamers or content creators like like Moist Esports run by Moist Critical. So they have Disguised Esports run by Disguised Toast. We'll see what else. Mr. Beast was floating this year that he was going to make an esports team. So content creators are now coming through and filling
If
in the gaps.
if out of all of those, I think Mr. Beast is the one that I think will make it like like up there with the other one. Like if he does go through with an esports team,
Mhm.
just the amount of uh, like people that will support. I mean,
That'd be huge.
you've seen the videos he makes. It's just they're out of this world. Obviously, he gets help. Uh, wouldn't be surprised if he got help making this. I mean, he obviously he knows what he's doing something right, especially how with the growth of his channel and what he does.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if like these. I mean, it's weird to think that these content creators are like the next people that are making like orgs
Yeah,
and
yeah.
bringing them into light. And obviously, with you know with how big of the platform that person has, it wouldn't be so hard for their orgs to get big and blow up because of the person that's running it.
Mhm.
I'm not even surprised, but like I said, in due time, we will see if other out of the blue content creators come out of nowhere.
Yep.
Just I guess
Just
just
making
throw
their own thing.
themselves
Like
in.
I could see like Doctor Disrespect making an esport org since he's already
I
making
mean,
his own game.
which where the fuck that at? Where is that at, bro?
I don't know, man.
Where's X Define at, bro? Where's that too?
They've been like in what beta testing for like a while now. You tell me. But
We'll see then.
yeah, that's some good news. We also have on the bad news side, everybody, if you've been on like the gaming side for like maybe the past 10, 15 years, you know about MLG. They unfortunately shut down. But you also knew
Oh,
about MLG game battles, which allowed anybody to go on and play in tournaments, 2v2, 1v1, 4v4, it doesn't matter. Like you could just play everything. But it was announced that game battles will be shutting down in 2024. There will be no replacement, which is a big issue for like the amateur esports scene because that was one of the ways that you were able to get in. I was able to get in. Most of the people that we know that even made it in the esports world was able to get in through game
I
battles and make
mean,
their name known.
that's how people made their names back in the day.
Hmm.
They have a ladder. They have like obviously people have rankings. So I was like this dude's grinding. He went from like 100 to like 30 in like 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
um, it was a big like start to the revolution of where esports is now.
Hmm.
Obviously, it started somewhere, um, and it blew up. It helped the other esports and players get recognized from playing it.
Yeah.
It was like the most like how would I explain it? Way to get your eyes like people to look at your name and like
Yeah.
what you're capable and what you could do. Obviously, it's sad. There's no like you said, there's no other alternative to it.
Hmm.
Um,
I
it's
mean,
gonna be
there's
hard for.
like there's somewhat of an alternative, like where we were playing the Halo tournaments the past few years. That website, I can't think of the name. Face it is like somewhat there, but it's not to the same degree.
No, game battles are where most of these pros came from
Mhm.
nowadays. Obviously we used it back in the day to play some H5 tournaments. I've used it way back then.
Think
Um,
about like the early days of COD and Halo and how influential game battles was to the scene. This is where some of the biggest pros made their start. And this is how like some leagues decided to actually form because of game battles. Like it's kind of the end of an era seeing this platform shut down.
I think MLG. Once MLG was, I guess dissolved because of the CDO.
Hmm.
Um, the MLG was one of the main things that were like help running it, and obviously this was gonna happen eventually. It just it just doesn't seem real because it's just
Yep.
something you didn't expect. And it was still. A lot of people used it. It was like still something a lot of people were using at the time. So it comes to a shock that they just are shutting down. Um, it's just it's like one of the biggest platforms that got a bunch of people their start.
Yep.
It's just sad to see something like this go. And it's gonna be harder now. It's harder to even make a name for yourself now,
Hmm.
due to the leagues franchising, and this is like their next way of doing it and getting your name out there. I just wasn't, I wasn't expecting it to like shut down,
Yep.
and it's not even like it's shutting down in a year from now. It's shutting down in like 2 months from now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just gonna suddenly abruptly close. So if you like want to save your stats, your profile, whatever you have to do that soon because soon you'll just be inaccessible and gone. But if you need like
All that grinding just
gone,
gone.
yeah, that's just how it is. But if you need like an alternative, the things I can recommend like or face it, not to the same degree, or like what we use sometimes, Z League, which is it has a similar vibe, but it's nothing's gonna match what MLG Game Battles was at the time. So it's unfortunate that this is the end of that era.
Hopefully, someone makes a similar thing. I mean, this is just, I mean, like I said, game battles was a big thing and start of a bunch of people's careers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's just how people got their name out there in the scene.
Yeah,
Um, got people to get picked up or get looked at or even get to team with them. Um, it's it makes now console esports a lot harder to get your name out there if you
mm-hmm.
aren't streaming or like competing in these open brackets.
Yep,
Like game battles was one of the options that could have helped you even get even your name out there even without even playing a single like without even people knowing that you played. It's just something I mean I wasn't expecting.
no,
I
exactly.
mean all I saw when I was like that day, my Twitter was like insane. My time feed was just game battles shutting down, um, stuff like that. I mean, and then you showed me, and then we talked about it a little bit.
Yep,
And we're like, we'll just save it for the podcast, but it's just something that I didn't expect anytime soon. But I mean, with MLG now disappearing because it was like I guess it converted into the CDL. Nothing was really maintaining, like nothing was supporting that platform that often. Obviously, there was the people that ran it and then maintained it like up to date, but uh, I mean, it was just franchising. I mean, it changed a lot. Besides Halo, uh, it's just it's just a sad platform to see disappear. I mean, obviously, like I said, like we said, it was just a way people got to start their careers
yep.
or even make a name for yourself. Now it just makes everything a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, it's unfortunate. So we'll have to see what happens further on to see if there's going to be any sort of replacement or if any of the wannabe replacements can fill in that role. But on more, I guess, somewhat unfortunate news, Overactive Media, the owner of the Toronto Defiant and Toronto Ultra in
mhm.
COD, yeah, okay, there we go. They've been using AI art recently on their post, and the community has been calling them out for it. The Toronto Defiant in Overwatch, as we know, is no longer in Overwatch, so they made like a goodbye image, but it was made out of AI. And then the Ultra, wait, the Ultra posted a roster image.
No, you're getting never
Or
mind. You're getting it's the Paris Legion.
Paris Legion, my bad. Paris Legion
Oh
posted
wait,
a
Las
roster
Vegas
image.
Legion. Holy shit.
Paris,
Las
oh,
Vegas.
the same team, Vegas, Paris, the
Vegas
Vegas
Legion, yeah.
Legion. So Toronto in Overwatch, Vegas in COD,
COD.
both used AI
Yeah.
images, and obviously the one in Overwatch doesn't really care about backlash because they're leaving Overwatch. Vegas is still a team that's going to be in COD that's alive.
Look. I'm not even surprised. Legion don't really got the funds to even get. I don't think they even got funds to even make art or any type of stuff like that. Um,
They could go on Fiverr and pay someone like $15 to make something pretty nice. They got
I
money for
mean,
that.
they got AI. It's free. Why spend money?
Because AI art is stolen art.
But is it stolen?
It is stolen art,
Yeah, it's
which is why they're getting called out for it.
But just know that this is the direction that the AI is heading to. Um, so don't be surprised if sooner or later we'll see more of these. To a
Yep.
point where people will just see it as a normal thing. But it's pretty weird. I wasn't expecting that. It's kind of fugazi.
I'm just saying,
Uh,
if you're a big esports org, or even if you're an esports org in a franchise league, you should not be using AI art. That's it. You've got money. If you're in a franchise, if you're paying players to play for you, you have $15-$20 to go on Fiverr to pay somebody to make art for you. So don't use AI art. It's bad. It's bad. But In the sister league to COD, essentially Halo, had some big but expected news from Optic. APG is gone from Optic, so
Not my guy, APG, bro.
I mean, people have
But
been complaining about him for the past 2 years, unfortunately.
okay,
But they
he
don't understand
he
his role.
yes, but we all know the reason why they made
Mm,
this move, right? Obviously, they didn't want to. They didn't have to. They just placed second at the World Championship, and they just won. They won a tournament at the beginning of the year, and then they won a tournament before Worlds,
mm-hmm.
and they just placed second at the biggest event in their collective esport. Um, I was not expect. I mean, I was sort of expecting this, but I just didn't expect it to happen like literally a week after World or two. It was either a week or two.
Yep.
Um, and obviously there was rumors with when Dead Zone, aka Penguin, got dropped that he was going to Optic, and then he's still a free agent, and obviously the news came out that APG got dropped. Then we were like, okay, is he going there? Not. Um, but obviously, the whole purpose of this roster change was they have to compete with FaZe.
Yep.
Obviously, FaZe made the roster to beat Optic. Now Optic need to make the roster to beat them.
Yep.
And obviously, FaZe is like a slay heavy team. I mean, obviously, APG isn't. I mean, he'll have his moments, but like, FaZe, any one of those players that goes off, win them the game.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of those four players take the game. They could take the game and swing it. And if they're all four playing, obviously we saw what happened with Optic in the grand finals.
Yep.
They didn't win a
Optic
single
got
round.
smoked in the grand finals. It was just yikes.
Yeah. So obviously now you're gonna see rosters that wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they're gonna try to make rosters to compete with FaZe.
Oh
Back
yeah.
then, everyone was trying to catch up to Optic. Now it's
Optic trying to
catch up
catch up to
to
everyone else.
FaZe. Yeah. So
The Optic recently, obviously, since they haven't signed who we think they're going to sign, Dead Zone, they've actually been playing with their head coach, Lunchbox.
that dude, he is nice. I've watched them do the. You see now they've been playing. Okay, they played a throwback tournament of Halo. What maps were they? Halo 2 maps or
Yeah,
3
there's
maps?
Halo 3 maps.
Um, yeah, you made a crazy play.
I mean, think about
Um,
it. Lunchbox has been playing since Halo 3, so.
um, they're
No,
like
even 2.
he's still I mean he's been playing the game. I
Yep.
mean, he's like obviously he's their coach, but I know he plays the game a lot. I mean, it's just once you're a Halo player, you always play Halo. Doesn't matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he still play it. He can still play at a high level. We saw it in a few tournament highlight clips that were out there. Um, not bad. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I want to know when they didn't announce no HCS season,
No.
so we're kind of like in the dark right now.
We just know that there will be a season, and we just got no clue when it will happen.
We don't even know what rosters look like.
No. The
Obviously,
teams are probably just going to hold off until we get like a definitive date on the season, I imagine.
uh there would usually be an event in December, right?
Yeah, but it's about to be December in a week, so I imagine either they gotta announce something tomorrow or they're just not gonna say anything.
Watch them announce some tomorrow.
Hey,
But yeah, there's no roadmap for ACS. Usually, this gets announced
right after the
at
event.
the I mean in the grand finals of the World Championship
Mm-hmm.
or
It's usually right
after.
after the championship, yeah, or right before
Oh,
the finals usually. So
yeah. So we got nothing.
yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But Optics making roster moves, we know, and like I said, we probably expect it to be Dead Zone, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't think it could be. I think they'll go for they need a heavy Slayer player.
Mm-hmm.
Falcated? You think they go for Falcated? I mean, he's been rumored to go to SSG too.
I think SLG will fight for that and just probably get Falcon out right.
And
To be
Falcated's
honest.
pretty good.
No, I know, definitely, but I wouldn't. I would be surprised if Optic doesn't get Dead Zone actually. It seems like the likely move after
Oh, you're
replacing it.
buying in with the name, huh?
No, yeah, definitely. I gotta
Uh,
start referring to him like that, so might as well. It's just the question is where will APG go if a roster will pick him up?
uh remember that old Renegade team he used to have?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all those guys are like free agents,
You think some
so I
org
wouldn't.
just picks them up and they just go from there? Imagine like
Yeah,
Cloud9 is like, this is what we're gonna do.
I mean, why not?
Yeah,
I I mean, honestly, people asked if he was. Oh my god, people asked if he was gonna retire, and he said he has no like urge to stop anytime. I mean, he shouldn't because he's been playing good.
yeah,
Obviously, they just need to make the roster change because they need to compete with FaZe.
yeah,
And
exactly.
obviously, they brought in Formal last year, and he helped propel the team. But obviously, his leadership is what kept them. Obviously, he's been playing good. I mean, he won the MVP the tournament before World.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised they didn't change him, and I don't think they need to. I mean, he's been playing really good, and obviously they talk about how good of a leader and his comms are
Yeah.
for that team. I just think they need another Slay heavy guy. Um, that could also fill in APG. I mean, obviously APG's role
Mm-hmm.
good, but also a little more better. I mean, it's a lot more complicated because of I mean, FaZe's roster is just a bunch of Slay heavy guys,
Yeah.
and obviously no one thought that's how Halo would be played to this day. Obviously, everyone. I mean, look at H5. I mean, everyone had their OBJ players.
Hey man, the game manifests itself in different ways, and the meta has clearly changed,
For
especially with bandits coming now to the start. So
we haven't seen. Oh, we haven't seen any bandit start tournaments yet, right?
yeah, not yet. So once they do announce the new season, that will be the official bandit starts, and we'll see how it shakes up the competition. Honestly, it's gonna feel like H5 all over again. So I feel like that's also gonna change people's roles in the game. But only time
Of
will
course.
tell because we don't know when the season is starting, like we said. But other news which I probably should have lumped in with the league news at the beginning. I'm not sure. Do you know of the famous European player Reckless?
A little bit,
Reckless. He was on
not a lot.
Fnatic for like the longest. He was like Europe's like star boy for League. And past few years has been kind of rough for him ever since he got dropped from Fnatic. He ended up going to the French regional league playing on K-Core, and then he got dropped from K-Core. He got brought back to Fnatic, played on Fnatic for one split, got dropped, didn't play at all for the summer split, so obviously wasn't at Worlds. And now he's going to Korea to play on the LCK's second league to be on T1's academy team, which is a journey if I've ever seen one. I I,
Uh,
I don't know how I feel about
I mean,
it.
I don't know anything about about this guy.
Well, it's imagine Scump being dropped from Optic, going to like the underleague of the CDL, playing for like a top team in the underleague, getting dropped from them, and then going over to like Japan to play in their Call of Duty tournament.
But it's weird because he signed to T1. Probably
Mm-hmm.
is it if this is what I mean that will help him rejuvenate his career. I mean, who knows? Um, it's
It's
just
just unexpected.
I mean,
Nobody saw this coming.
I don't know much about him, but if for the way you made it, for the way you made it sound, my boy's career has been up and down,
Mm-hmm.
and I doubt this is like where he stopped because obviously T1's academy team is pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously their roster last year was a bunch of rookies, so they came from the academy, right?
a lot of
Most
them
of
did.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
So who knows? I doubt he makes it onto the main roster.
No.
But if it gives help is like his eyes back on him to help maybe, and then maybe a better coaching staff could help him like come back to I guess his old self or even better. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just it's like it's like if Patrick Mahomes went to go play in the XFL.
Yeah,
Pretty much it.
it's
And
weird,
it's still
but
good shot.
I don't know what it's gonna do. It'll bring more eyes, I guess, to Korea's second league because he Reckless is a massive player. So, but it's a weird journey for him. So I hope it turns out well for him. But besides that, now we have our really long section. This is the Game Awards section because this is happening what next week, I think. Like a week or two from when we're recording this, and obviously with the Game Awards, we have the nominations for each and every category. Many big, many small, many games that we may have heard of, many games that we may not have heard of. But we'll go through each of them, and we'll start off with the Game of the Year category, which has the nominees are Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Resident Evil 4, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which came out really recently, Baldur's Gate 3, which was like one of the biggest games this year, and Alan Wake 2. So,
Uh, I don't think Spider-Man should be up there. Not like in a bad way. I
mm-hmm.
just think how late the game came out. I think it should be a contention for next year's game, like that year. But it's still pretty good because the game just came out like maybe a month and a half ago or 2 months, and it's
Yep.
already nominated for a game of the year. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the game's pretty good. I mean, I've heard good things about it. And my guess, I would think either Resident Evil or
I'm saying
The
Baldur's
Legend of
Gate
Zelda.
wins this one. Baldur's Gate's huge. The people that I like work with at work, like 30, 40 year olds play Baldur's Gate and they love it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Baldur's Gate gets it. But on the best game direction, it's the exact same category. Like not like the same category, but all the same nominees are also in this one. So our points kind of stay the same. For best adaptation, these are games adapted from various sources, be it
What? Huh?
from.
You froze on my screen.
On my screen, I'm still here, and you look good on my end.
No, but on my end, you froze. So I don't know if you're telling me or trying to tell me something. I couldn't
Oh,
hear you or see you. So all I said, I mean, obviously, I think you heard me say
I
what,
heard everything. Yeah.
but I don't know what you said after. It was
Oh,
frozen on my end.
I said for the best game direction, every single nominee is the same as for the game of the year, so our points are gonna be basically the same.
Yeah, so yeah, you froze on my screen, so I couldn't. You were just still, and I was trying to like see if you would come back, but it took a second.
Gotcha.
So I didn't know if it felt weird because I don't know if you were like waiting for me to say something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you froze on my screen for a bit.
No,
So,
you're good. You're good.
but yeah.
For
But
the
wait, if
good.
I didn't hear, what did you think of like what I said? Like the
I
Game
can
Awards.
see Resident Evil, but Legend of Zelda, I think, is not gonna beat Baldur's Gate because, like I was saying, Baldur's Gate 3 is huge. It is one of the biggest just games in general this year. People of all ages have been playing it, so
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if Spider-Man won either. So
well, yeah, just because the
it
fan
could.
base easily. But
Yeah. Shout out
best
Tom Holland.
adapt. Yeah, go ahead.
I
Best
said
ad-
shout out Tom Holland. My fault. Go ahead.
you're good. For best adaptation, these are games obviously based off of generally media adaptations. So we have Castlevania Nocturne, we have Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, Super Mario's Bros. Movie, Twisted Metal. So I forgot that the Super Mario's Bros. Movie came out this year. To be honest, and
Mm.
then I know a lot of people went and watched Turismo, but I don't remember how they felt about it. And then The Last of Us was like getting massive praise from everybody about how well the adaptation was. So it's a
It's like
pretty good
it was like
category.
the closest thing closest to the game, right?
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's like the best adaptation for like a TV show. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. We got best narrative. We got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. This one I can see Spider-Man winning somewhat because people have been raving about the story, but also Cyberpunk 2077 has been like a big rebound for Cyberpunk ever since its kind of controversial launch a
Revival.
few years ago. Yeah, it's been on the upswing ever since last year. So
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would be more surprised if Spider-Man lost, but
mhm.
I think they're gonna win it. I just don't
Okay,
see any other way. I mean, people been gassing shit out of the game.
no, yeah, definitely. On best art direction, we have Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Legend of Zelda. I
Mhm.
personally voted for Legend of Zelda in this category. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
game.
it is a beautiful. It's like I'm the I was watching a bit of it, and I like the way the game looked, and it
Mhm.
made me think of like, do I want to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. If I want that one to win.
Mhm.
Legend of Zelda. So,
And then for
but
best score in music, we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and Legend of Zelda. Depends how. I'm not sure how much you pay attention to the game music. I do a lot.
I turn all my game music off, so I do not know anything.
Oh.
Maybe just Fortnite music, but that's because Metro Boomin made the music, not.
Uh-huh.
But really don't. But previous Legend of Zelda games have had good tracks.
No, definitely. But like
I don't
the
know how good this
competition's
one.
pretty tough, so it's gonna be a pretty close category. Best audio design, we have Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Sound design, obviously, audio design can go from anything from if you're say like for example Spider-Man, the sound of you swinging through the streets, or if you hit something, or if you like the sounds of cars passing by, the wind when you fly through stuff. Sound design can be from the smallest thing to the largest thing. So for these games, they're all going up against pretty dang good sound design.
Especially, you said Spider-Man was in this?
Yeah, Spider-Man's in this category.
Not surprised. Sony, they put a lot of detail in a lot of things they make.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if I mean, the game sounds amazing. I mean, the way the game looks too.
Yeah.
Um, wouldn't be surprised if this one won.
Then we have best performances. We have Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk 2077, Melanie Liberd for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbon for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I personally voted for Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor because that man's basically an actor at this point. He's got it down packed.
Mm, Don't know about this one. This is all you, though.
You know Idris Elba at least,
I mean, yeah, but like
but you don't know
not
his
like
performance in the thing.
no, obviously not.
Yeah.
But
That's all good. And then we have innovation and accessibility, basically how accessible these games are, not to just the average player who uses a mouse and keyboard or controller, but for like, I forgot the device that Xbox made for certain disabilities
I know
and
what you're
stuff like
talking
that.
about.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact name for it, but I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Basically, how accessible is your game to the wider audience? And the games that got nominated were Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. So a lot of fighting games.
Think what makes more sense? Mortal Kombat, right? Or Street
That's
Fighter
between the two fighting games and Forza.
and Forza. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Because
it's easily between those three.
obviously Marvel Spider-Man is PlayStation exclusive, so I mean they only go to those that audience. I think, right? Am I tripping? Am I like sounding right, or just am I sound
Well,
crazy?
like accessibility, like not just like accessibility based off of where it's on, but
Controllers,
like how you can play
obviously
it,
stuff
you
like that,
know.
right?
Like if they
That's
have
what you
like
mean.
colorblind options, if they have like simplified controls for people who can't like button smash on a joystick, all that stuff.
Okay, so obviously the fighting games, um, and then Gran Turismo are like the main ones that come up to mind that can do that.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, obviously, I mean, I think it's more common in Fighting games.
Yeah, fighting games and racing games, definitely.
So I mean, I'm not surprised if one of those three won.
Hmm. And then the next category, games for impact. I don't know any of these games to be honest, but the nominees were A Space for the Unbound, Chance of Sinnar, Goodbye Volcano High, Tachia, and Terra Nil, and Venba. So
You don't know any of these
I
games?
don't know these games.
What? Are you
What
serious?
game do you know from that list?
Neither. I don't know any of them.
Okay. Well, good thing we're on the same page there.
I'll
But
go.
good,
I'll choose number three.
number
Whoever.
three. I think Goodbye Volcano High sounds cool, so that one's going for me. But next is category best ongoing game. You gotta know some of these: Apex Legends,
No.
Cyberpunk 2077,
Nope.
Final
Never heard of
Fantasy
it.
14,
Never heard of it.
Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
Is that like a McDonald's exclusive game or something?
Definitely.
Go ahead.
But that's all the games. I know all of these. Best ongoing game. This was a tough category for me because Fortnite's had its up and downs this year.
Well,
Genshin,
it,
you don't
it
play gotcha games. Um,
what?
you don't play gotcha games, which is what Genshin is. Apex,
No.
I don't like Apex, so I'm not voting for it.
What the hell? Why?
I just don't. I can't get
You
into
played
it.
it?
I've tried multiple times and I can't get into it.
I'd rather watch it than play it.
Hmm.
So,
What do you think is the best ongoing game?
I might not. I mean, if it's fan vote, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite won because of their whole like not revival, but their like recent boost in their like what they've done with the OG maps returning and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite won, but
Yep.
if not, then it would be Apex.
Apex? I think if it's not Fortnite, it's Cyberpunk because the community rebounded massively the past year, and the anime on Netflix helped a lot.
Notice how Halo Infinite wasn't nominated for this award like a couple years ago.
Next year, maybe. It's fine.
It was 4 years.
Next year, it's okay. This is called Halo Infinite for a
I know.
reason.
I'm chilling.
But we got Best Community Support Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk easily, but also Destiny 2 does have massive community support. The developer might not care that much anymore, but the community does quite a bit.
I don't get how people. A lot of people play that, and I don't get why.
I don't understand it
I
either, but
try. I got into it, and I don't know what I was playing. Like I can't tell if I was playing Halo or StarCraft. I don't know what I was playing. I was trying to figure it out because you could do story mode,
Mhm.
but then you could do multi. I don't know what I'm playing.
Destiny
It
has
just
its own audience, and they seem to be having a good time
yeah,
somewhat.
y'all PlayStation people can have it right. Y'all can keep that.
Yeah. They have next Best Independent Game, which is the nominees are Cocoon, Dane the Diver, Dredge, which I have heard of, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder.
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 I mean, I mean, that's the one I know a little bit more of. Not a lot,
Hmm. Then we have
but
Best Debut Indie Game, which is Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder. Considering what you said last time, I'm gonna also assume you're gonna say Viewfinder again.
I no, wait, you said Pizza Tower?
Pizza Tower.
Pizza.
Pizza Tower.
Like you're talking about like pizza,
Pizza.
like
Pizza.
wait.
You're trying to check if you know this game.
I don't know. Every time I think of it, I think of this one. Oh,
I can't see that. Pizza Tower, yeah. Pizza Tower.
isn't this like the shit I used to play in school on my computer?
It seems similar, so
Pizza
maybe.
Tycoon?
No, Pizza Tower.
No, but I'm saying like the one like in school.
Maybe it's similar to that, potentially.
Oh, anyways, yeah, no, I've never heard of it.
Nope.
Obviously, I'm gonna just go with the
Same what you said last time. For next,
yeah.
best mobile game, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII, Honkai Star Rail, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil.
You said Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
That's what I'm voting for.
Really? I'm
Yeah,
voting
I'm a
for
fan.
Honkai Star Rail. I've actually watched people play that game.
Was Call of Duty Mobile Warzone not nominated for it?
No, I don't think
Really?
people play that game anymore.
Mobile?
It's not as big as it used to be like 2 years ago. COVID was huge. It dropped off massively
Well,
after that.
no, duh. We were all inside playing the game. What else were we supposed to do?
No,
Go outside and have fun?
no, play the it's on console. You know?
Yeah, but Warzone Mobile came out this year.
True, true. I don't think COD is as big on mobile as it used to be, though. It definitely had a big fall off. Then you have a Best VR/AR game, which nominees are Gran Turismo 7, Humanity, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse.
Gran Turismo or Resident Evil.
I just need saw that coming.
Those games look insane in VR. I mean, it just feels. Obviously, Gran Turismo feels like you're driving the car, and then obviously Resident Evil is like getting chased by like stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then you have a Best Action Game category. Nominees are Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, Dale Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi Fi Rush, and Remnant 2.
You said Dead Island?
Yeah, Dead Island.
Probably Dead Island.
I voted for Armored Core 6 because the customization of that game is insane. Then you have Best Action Adventure Game category, and your nominees are Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Star Wars, right?
I think Star Wars wins that one. His
I think
action's
Star
really good.
Wars one might win.
Then you have Best RPG, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. And I was gonna say Starfield if it didn't come out of all the bugs at the start, and it's still really iffy to play.
It's still iffy.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think it might be Final Fantasy. I mean, Final Fantasy is pretty consistent with their like with stuff.
hmm
So I wouldn't be surprised if Final Fantasy. I mean, Starfield. You said Starfield or Star? You
Starfield.
Starfield. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Starcraft. I don't know why.
No.
Starfield. Yeah. I played it
hmm
a little bit. Obviously, it was free to get on Game Pass, but
Yeah.
it was so buggy. It
Yeah, the
still
bugs
has
are
their
still.
issues.
hmm
Um, but the game would. I mean, I feel like once the game fully like gets work properly on,
hmm
it might take some time. I mean, the game looks good, feels good when it doesn't trip out and bug out a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good. The concept they did was good. I mean, obviously, I don't play like those type of games, but I mean that one was probably the one game I was really excited to play.
Mm.
And I don't even play those type of games, but because of the bugs,
Just couldn't get right
I
into it.
haven't touched it. I
No,
haven't even
that's
played
fair.
it. Uh, because of that, I think I mean Final Fantasy almost nominated in a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that means they're pretty consistent with what they do and produce. So if it might be Final Fantasy that wins it, but
I wouldn't be
Starfield
surprised.
would have been up there if it didn't have the bugs off rip.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And then next category, best fighting game, with your nominees being God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2, and Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. So you got two legendary factions
Modern
with Mortal
Warfare.
Kombat and Street Fighter. You have Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2, which does have a massive community, and then you have the other games as well.
I think it might be Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. I think
hmm
like those communities are really big. Like really really big
Yeah.
because of how way back they go with their series of games.
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat had a good launch, and then Street Fighter also had a good launch. So, and obviously we know Mortal Kombat likes to release really good DLC.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have Omni Man, that just came out recently for Mortal Kombat,
That's
and
right, and Homelander and all that stuff. So
Homelander
they've,
out later January.
I think so.
It's weird how they're releasing their characters. They're releasing them one by one, which I don't get that, but
It
it's a
keeps
good
the
way.
hype
Yeah,
prolonged in the
yeah.
long periods.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat won.
Hmm? You
Or
have best family game. You have Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I voted instantly for Pikmin 4, not because I've ever played the game, but the memes on YouTube are hilarious.
Okay. I think Party Animals will win.
Party Animals? Okay. Over Super Mario Bros?
I mean, do you see how crazy? I mean, did you see how many people were playing Party Animals? Like
There's a
when it
lot, yeah.
first. Yeah, I mean, it's like Gang Beast, but like a lot more. I guess more intense and more. It's like it's just a bunch of animals.
Mm.
Like I don't know why. Yeah. The people that I play with, They're playing it a lot. I saw a bunch of clips on TikTok. So obviously the game was getting a lot of exposure.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that game won. But I wouldn't be shocked if your choice won either.
Okay.
Neither. Or whatever you well, you know what I mean.
And then you have Best Simulator slash Strategy Game. Your nominees are Advanced Wars 1 Plus 1 Reboot Camp, City Skylines 2, Companies of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4, I guess.
Pikmin 4, yeah. I was gonna say City Skylines 2 because I liked City Skylines 1, but 2 has had
City,
issues.
City Skyline?
City Skylines.
Is it like you build like
You build a city and you try to maintain it.
that? Oh, they made a second. Oh, wait,
Yeah, it
City.
came out this year. And it's on Game Pass.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That one cool.
Then we have Best Sports slash Racing Game. Nominees are EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, The Crew Motorfest.
It's probably one of like you said Forza or the other one. What was the other one?
You
Gran
have,
Turismo?
no, Gran
No,
Turismo's not in this one. You have EA Sports FC 24, then you have F1 23,
F1.
yeah, and
And another one was
Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels
it's
Unleashed 2, and then The Crew Motorfest.
probably gonna be the F1 or the one that came after that one. Why did I
The
forget? You just
Forza?
told me. Forza.
Forza? Okay, you have no
Oh,
hope in EA Sports FC 24?
no. Why?
Why?
Oh, no. FIFA. No. This game is horrendous, dude. I'll
Okay.
still play it because, it's fun to play with friends, but dude, holy shit, the game's horrendous. It is.
Alright.
Uh, yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know why. Just because you change your name doesn't mean you change your problems.
No, it's all still the same.
Same shit, different day.
And then your next category, which has a little annotation next to it, it says Best Multiplayer presented by Discord, which is the platform we're using to record this, I guess. So, uh,
Hey, Discord?
that's what it says. It says Best Multiplayer presented by Discord. So,
What does that mean?
I
What
don't.
does that
I
mean?
guess it's Discord like sponsoring that category.
Okay, go
So,
ahead, name them off.
your
Call of Duty.
nominees are no, not even. There's no fighting. Not no, they're not
I
fighting.
know,
There's
I
no
know,
shooter
I
games.
know.
But Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Street Fighter 6 or Part Animal or Diablo.
Yeah, well, I think Baldur's Gate, man. You're underrating Baldur's Gate. It's huge this year.
Uh, you underestimate Party Animal.
No,
Party Animal was
definitely.
popping.
Then you,
It's like Fall Guy.
yeah, I have to look more into it since I don't know too much. Then you have
You have to play with a group of friends, and that's something I do not got. So
we can make something work. And then we got
uh,
most anticipated game for obviously
Cyberpunk, not.
if maybe a few years ago. But your nominees
Uh,
are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8.
Wolverine wasn't nominated.
No,
Really?
no.
That comes out next year, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Okay. What did you go with?
I went for Star Wars Outlaws, man. I need more Star Wars games.
Give me a Lego Star Wars movie. I'm game.
We,
Another
we
one.
got one like what, last year?
Yeah, that shit sucked.
Yeah, you're like, remember we were playing? You're like, it's good. After a few hours, and it's not good anymore.
It was good. I mean, just the dialogue was good, and then the game sucked. But
Hmm.
uh, I mean, I don't have a word. It doesn't. I mean, probably just Star Wars
Okay.
for the L of it.
Then
Or
next
L of it?
category, we
The F
got
of it.
next category. We have best content creator of the year. Your
Mr.
nominees
Beast.
are. He's not on here. We got
I still speed.
no. He's not on here.
Nick Merckx.
No.
AK-30, family friendly.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Your
And I'll tell you.
nominees
How's
are
that?
no. Your nominees are
Wait.
Iron Mouse, People Make Games, Quackity, Spreen, and Cypher PK.
Crackety or Cyber PK?
I'm voting for Iron Mouse. We need some VTuber
What?
representation.
Oh, those aren't real people, bro. Show your face.
No.
All
VTuber
right.
supremacy. And then you have Best Esports Game of the Year. Your
Ninja. No,
nominees.
wait.
What?
I thought you said esports play.
No,
Person.
Esports
Go ahead.
Game.
Go ahead.
Your nominees are.
CDL, Call of Duty. No,
No,
just
COD is not nominated.
League of Legends.
Of course, League is nominated. Dota, PUBG Mobile, Valorant, and Counter Strike 2.
League of Legends.
League is probably going to win this category. If it's not League, it's Valorant. So Riot wins regardless. Then, next category, Best Esports Athlete.
Scumpy.
No, he's not on here. There's
I
not a
know.
single. There's one COD player on here. Do you want to take a guess?
Is he active or is he?
I think he's active.
What the heck?
He's active.
Wait, what's the name of the category? Athlete?
Best esports athlete. So just best esport player of the year, basically.
On COD?
On COD.
Is it Celium?
Nope.
It's someone on FaZe, right?
I'm not telling you. You tell me.
Esports. Is he white? No, I don't know. Is he on FaZe?
He's
Is he
on.
somebody-
He's on Subliners.
Oh, Hydra?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out my boy Hydra.
Yeah. Hydra is going up against Demon One Valorant, Ruler League of Legends, Imperial Hall Apex, Zyro CS, and Faker League of Legends.
Oh, Faker. I
It's-
forgot.
That category
It
is
has to
already
be
over.
Faker. I mean,
Yeah.
if he didn't win his fourth world, he would have had. I mean, he would have been. It would have been a lot closer, but he won his fourth world. He won the Asian Games.
It's
Not
Faker.
surprised.
That category is already done.
I mean, every time he's nominated for it, he wins it, right?
Yeah, quite. I think there's only 1 year he didn't.
Which who did he lose it to?
I think he
Tom?
lost it to. I don't remember actually. There's only like 1 year that he didn't win it, and I don't remember who he lost it to. It was like 2 years ago.
Sim. It had to be Sim.
I think it was it was probably the year that Simp.
It was like the best year, the best player in that year.
Yeah, I think it was
Cold War. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be that year.
Yeah.
And then next category, best esports team. And they're highlighting,
T1.
they're making sure that it's not esports organization, it's team based off of their team in a specific game.
T1.
So,
League of Legends.
no, T1's actually not nominated for this.
Gen G.
Gen
League
G's
of
not
Legends.
nominated for this, no.
Uh,
Ironically, JDG got nominated for League of
never mind.
Legends.
They're not winning that.
No. Yeah, JDG for League, Team Vitality for CS, Gaiman Gladiators for Dota, Fnatic for Valorant, and Evil Geniuses for Valorant.
Evil Genius, so they could go out with a bang.
I was about to say, this is the last thing they're going to win before they disappear.
I mean, that's probably the one they might win.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, actually, the next category they probably win as well, because Best Esports Coach, and then you have Potter, which is EG's Val coach, and she went through a lot this year.
oh yeah. You told me that she was like on a losing spree and then said, "You don't turn this around, you're going to get fired."
Yeah.
And then she just turned it around and then took him to the championship.
Mhm.
And then won it.
And I think EG can walk away with 2 this year. But she's up against Zonic, who's the coach for Team Falcons in CS, Gunba, who's the coach for the Florida Mayhem in Overwatch, ZTQZZZ, who's the coach for Team Vitality in CS, and Hom, who's the coach for JDG in League. I don't know how JDG got nominated twice, but there.
Not even T1 got nominated.
No, Faker's the only one who got nominated from T1.
I mean, that's the god of esports.
Yeah. And then Best Esports Event of the Year. Your nominees are Val.
Wow, League of Legends, is that an
Yeah,
option?
World League of
That
Legends
one.
2023.
Yeah, you know why? Because of fucking new jeans. New jeans.
New Jeans, yeah, definitely
New
just New
jeans
Jeans.
buff.
New Jeans, but Worlds won. I think Worlds has won every year it got nominated, so it's another walk home for Riot. But
That community's big. They're like the ones that care about their community the most, and they take care of their that esport is taken care of by the by Riot. So
mhm.
not surprised how much fan support they're gonna get. So they probably won that one.
Oh yeah. But just to be fair to the other nominees, is going up against Blast TV Paris Major 2023,
Nope.
Evo 2023, Dota the International 2023, and Val Champs, which might give it a little bit of a run.
If they would have said CS:GO's last event, then maybe.
Maybe, but no, it's not on there.
No, never, no, no. Yeah, probably Worlds. I mean, Worlds has
Oh, yeah.
always done.
No,
They
it's
always
definitely
do it.
Worlds.
They treat it like a actual like soccer World Cup. So
Mm-hmm. No, it's
they
definitely
play in
Worlds.
damn they play in damn stadiums for fuck's sake.
Who else does that, man, in
But
the esports world?
no esport does that,
Yeah.
and they still fill them out. They probably fill them out more than actual like soccer teams
I
or
mean, I feel
football
like
teams.
when we watched Worlds, it probably had a higher attendance than the Hawks in their own stadium. So,
Yeah.
just saying. But that's it for the gaming news. Now we can actually we're already past an hour, so now we can move past to the general news. Starting off with, I'm not sure if you watched the rocket launch this past Friday.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it. It didn't
Okay.
blow up.
No, it did blow up,
Oh, then never mind.
but like it's all
It,
testing.
it,
But
went, it made it further than it did the last time, right?
yeah, so like the
It,
issue, Starship launched this week, and they got what they wanted, which is a separation without killing the main capsule. Because last time it tried to separate, and both sections blow up when trying to separate. This time they separated, and the booster had to explode because it was spiraling out of control. The main capsule kept going successfully, which was awesome. But then they had to kill it because it lost communication with the ground, and that's bad. But
it becomes a fucking missile.
that's the problem. So, but it's much better than last time. So now they just have to make sure that they can get control of the booster when it separates, and that the main capsule doesn't just go rogue by itself. So we got progress. Well, if they said that they might do another launch this year potentially. So they got a few weeks. They got time. But on something that's recent, Black Friday and tomorrow, from when we're recording this, Cyber Monday. Have you found any good deals on the internet?
I did, but I think okay. Uh, this would sound crazy. So my friend, my boy Aaron, he's my longtime friend from like back in the day.
Mm,
We went Black Friday shopping at 3 in the morning to go to GameStop. Just wait. So they have his girlfriend and him. They have well, she has a Switch and he has a PlayStation 5.
mhm,
They don't have that many games on it, and they wanted to, I guess, experience the Black Friday like GameStop feel, I guess.
mhm.
And I guess I woke up at 3 in the morning. We oh yeah, we left the house at 4 because there was a GameStop at Peachtree Corners, the one in the Forum that
Yeah.
opens at 5. Fuck that dude or whoever was running that. They didn't open at 5, so
When they
fuck
open?
them. They didn't open at all.
Not all.
So we went to a different GameStop.
Okay.
So obviously they had a deal like you buy 2 pre-owned games, you get 1 free.
Hmm.
Um, obviously I don't buy. I didn't participate with them because I don't use my console anymore.
Yeah.
But I just went with them just for like just for the I guess experience and for the fun of it.
Hmm.
It was
Was it
it
a
was
lot of
free.
people?
No,
No.
it's
Oh.
GameStop member.
Dude.
But I mean, they wanted to get games they've been wanting to play, and I mean, they got. I mean, obviously they were doing the buy 2 pre-owned games to get 1 free. I
Mhm.
mean, the games they got were like pretty good condition. Like they were not beat up. I mean, GameStop has some pretty good sales. So shout out to GameStop for not dying when they were on that verge or alive when they were getting smoked.
I'm
And
surprised that
then the gaming community brought it back.
they're
So
still here. Cause like, who goes to GameStop to trade a game anymore? Or like to go and turn in your console? It's easier to just sell it to somebody that you know.
I don't know. It's I like the old days of just going to buy games.
Hmm.
It just felt, but everything's just digital now. You save the time instead of sitting outside in the store or just waiting to get the game or fight someone over it.
Hmm.
And then usually um, digital
Yep,
saves you time, space. Uh, but it was fun. I had a great time.
that's good.
I got to give them some advice on some games they wanted to.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, me being the big gamer head nerd. Yeah, I had fun. Shout out to them. Shout out to Aaron, his
Hmm.
girlfriend Aileen, and their good friend, their coworker. His name is Frankie.
Hmm.
So shout out to them. It was a fun night. It was more for like the memories. Even though we were out there for like 2 hours sitting in the parking lot,
Hmm.
then we went to Old Navy, which they were having this deal. But yeah, that was fun. So um, yeah, I had a good time. Even though it was like early as shit, it was fun though. It
Hmm.
just it brought back that old Black Friday. But I usually wait for Cyber Monday. They usually have a lot of crazy deals on there. Hoping to see if I could get some monitors on for some steals or graphics cards or
Okay.
something, whatever, man. I mean, they always have good stuff.
I mean, I
So
was gonna say because like it seems like the Black Friday deals this year haven't been as juicy as they usually are. So I'm hoping that the Cyber Monday ones turn out to be at least a little bit better. Also,
yeah.
be careful when buying Black Friday stuff on Amazon, because Amazon has a feature where you can see where the prices fluctuate, and sometimes they make the price skyrocket higher than what it normally is listed at, and then they'll do the thing where they lower it back to its actual price, but say that's a discount. That is not a discount. That's just the normal price. Be
You
careful.
seen the videos going viral of Target doing it?
Hmm.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, that's how they get you. I mean, not surprised. I mean, it's pretty normal. I mean, they want to make as much money as possible.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Black Friday. I mean, obviously, over time, COVID. I mean, COVID was a big reason why stuff has changed recently.
Mm.
Um, I mean, we just blame COVID over everything at this point. Uh, yeah, but the nostalgia of going out and buying stuff. I mean, luckily there was like nothing crazy on the news about people getting hurt
Oh yeah.
this year, which was good.
I mean, a lot of people are buying things also virtually now instead of actually waiting in line. So the culture of Black Friday is changing a little bit.
Which is now Black Friday is literally becoming Cyber Monday, and usually they start the deals like early, like the day of, even before Black Friday and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They already start deals. So it's pretty fun. I had a great. I mean, it was just more for the memories. Um, I don't really do much shopping. I mean, we don't really. Really didn't. Nothing caught my eye to buy. I mean,
Hmm.
stuff doesn't like a bunch of new good stuff is not even coming out until next year. So,
Yeah.
shout out to Apple with the $4,000 glasses.
I guess, yeah.
Um, yeah, no, Black Friday hasn't really been like the same.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Thanksgiving was good. I mean, shout out to or
Hmm.
I was gonna say shout out to all the people that celebrated, but that just sounds so faded.
If you do
Uh,
celebrate, I hope
if
you
you
had
do
a good
celebrate, I hope you had
Thanksgiving.
a good Thanksgiving and y'all had a blessed and hopefully, and we're thankful for y'all
Yep.
for the recent love and support that we've gotten recently. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, nothing
Our
much.
see. Our next topic focuses on the media side. We'll start with the movie one first. Recently, we had three big movies come out in theaters. Recently, we had The Marvels, Napoleon, and Disney's Wish all come out around the same time. Napoleon's been getting roasted because apparently it's historically inaccurate and Ridley Scott's an idiot. Now, Marvel's has been underperforming despite Disney trying their best to advertise it, and then Wish is also underperforming despite Disney trying their best to advertise it. So I don't know. The movies
All
don't
right,
seem
wait,
too
wait, hold
promising
on,
right now.
bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. I didn't even know the Marvels were even coming out. I didn't even know.
Really?
Even on much advertising, I never saw a single damn trailer.
They were advertising. I've seen trailers since like the beginning of this year for this movie. Like,
Yeah, no, I've probably seen like two or three, but when the movie was coming out, I didn't see jack
really?
squat.
When I went
I
to watch the FNAF movie, they played the Marvel's trailer twice just to make sure that you know. You didn't see
no,
it? Really?
no.
Okay.
And I was read about the hurt. That you know that.
Hmm.
Shout out to my boy Freddie. Rest in peace.
Are you
What?
gonna go watch the Marvels?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm just waiting for it to come out on Disney, and I
Gotcha.
probably still won't watch it when it come out. Dude, it just wasn't. I don't know. I think it's more so the character or the actor that plays Marvel Captain Marvel. I mean, she's been having. I mean, they've critiqued her from even when they in Avengers. I mean, just I don't know. I don't know. None of like okay. I'm gonna be straight up. You might think it's not, but ever since like after the Endgame,
Hmm.
there hasn't really been much good Marvel stuff. Loki was good. Um, WandaVision, and then Spider Man, and then Guardians of the Galaxy was good.
Hmm.
Um, Thor was okay. Mm,
I mean, Marvel. I think the things that Marvel used to be back to back to back to back good. Now it's like one good, one meh, one bad, another good, one meh, one bad. And it's like you're not as
Just,
into it anymore.
I mean, just pushing out show. I mean,
That's the thing. Also, there's so
it's
many
the
TV shows now.
and then it doesn't make. I mean, the She-Hulk. I didn't like it.
Hmm.
Uh, Hawkeye. What was it called? Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I
Hawkeye
liked
and
Hawkeye, but I think
no,
people didn't.
I'm not. I'm not saying it. Like I mean, it just didn't make sense.
There is a TV series that Marvel announced that's gonna be cool next year, and it follows Kingpin's daughter. And the
Mm.
trailer for it looked really good, and I'm more excited for that than like any of the. I don't think they're barely releasing any movies next year for Marvel, which is I think a good thing for
One.
them. It's like one, yeah,
Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
Which I mean, that movie got delayed, and it was supposed to come out this year, but the strike. It's supposed to come out next year.
Hmm.
It's probably the only Marvel movie coming out next year.
It's probably good for them in the long
Which
run.
is insane.
Hmm.
You wouldn't expect that out of Marvel because of how like much they produce movies. It's crazy to think that we're only gonna have one Marvel movie that year. I mean,
Yeah,
there might be more. There might be shows coming out later that year, but movie wise, it's the only one coming out.
yeah.
Um, which could be a good thing. And then obviously, I think they're gonna release a bunch of shows
Hmm.
just so they can start pushing into the Avengers, King Dynasty movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Which, to be honest, I mean, I was thinking about the whole Kang Dynasty thing and how Loki, if they really wanted to, the way that Loki ended could give them an out if Jonathan Majors, who's the actor for Kang, ends up getting convicted. If he does, spoilers for Loki, it kind of ends off in a way where his story almost gets resolved in a way. So they can end it off screen and people won't be mad. And then they can go back and change the title of the movie and put it on focus on somebody else.
where I mean, they could bring in Doctor Doom earlier.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, it would just. I mean, I don't think they've even filmed anything from like. I mean, I know they started filming for the end game,
They filmed for
but
the
oh,
Captain
not end
America
game.
movie,
Stupid. Not. Yes, not end game though. What's the name of the movie?
which was Captain America.
King Dynasty
Oh, the
is the
Kang
next
Dynasty.
Avengers movie. Yeah, the
Yeah.
King Dynasty. I don't think, but not that one. What's the second one called? It,
Um,
it, it it's after the King Dynasty.
let me check.
I, it's not part two. Obviously, it's not
No,
called
yeah,
that.
they did just a different name. Let me check real
Secret
quick.
Wars.
Was that the name that they ended up going with? Yeah, Avengers: Secret Wars, which is supposed to
2027.
tie into what we saw with what was it? Secret Invasion. Because Secret
Yeah.
Invasion was laying like the whole ground for that movie, while Loki lays the ground for the Kang Dynasty.
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised. From then to now, there will be a Spider-Man movie. There, I mean, there has to be.
Well, remember Tom Holland's supposed to be getting 3 more,
Yeah,
which is
but
insane.
I obviously they're gonna get one. He's gonna get one before the Secret Wars,
Hmm.
and then he'll probably get 2 more after it. And that'll be the end of his trilogy.
You would think so, yeah.
And we'll start over again. Yay!
We still don't think Andrew Garfield will get his third.
Well, let me ask you.
You're gonna ask him?
I mean, he should get his third. He deserves it.
Maybe they have the way to do it. They know that he can still be. He's still a popular Spider-Man. I see no reason why they wouldn't.
I don't get why they critiqued him so much when he was Spider-Man.
It's
I just
because
think
he
I
he.
just think the script they gave him fucked up the version of Spider-Man or that Peter Parker.
I think also because like you already had the expectations that Tobey Maguire set beforehand, and it's hard,
That's
you know.
that's pretty hard to like. Yeah, but then he came back and then praised him.
Yeah,
He got his redemption arc.
but yeah, the movies currently, like I said, Napoleon, Wish, and the Marvels are all struggling at the box office right now. This might be the weakest Thanksgiving weekend box office we've seen in a long, long time. So we'll see how that turns out. But on another set of media, you will follow anime somewhat. But have you heard of the show Jujutsu Kaisen? No. Have you heard of Attack on Titan?
Yeah,
Yes. So the studio behind Attack on
of
Titan,
course. You be
and
talking about that shit every day. One.
because it's amazing.
Oh,
Oh, your camera
yeah.
died. There you are.
I just hit my spacebar by accident.
Oh.
Anyways,
The studio
yes.
behind Attack on Titan and the currently animating Jujutsu Kaisen, Studio Mappa, has been. It's been known for a while that they don't treat their animators correctly, and they have been complaining on Twitter for the past year about having ridiculous deadlines, but having to rush products out like in a week span, and some of them are like hitting their breaking point, and it's just it's a lot. Like imagine working your job like you do construction, right? And imagine like somebody's like, I need you to build a terrace and a front porch in the span of a week. And it has to, you have to make sure that it is structurally stable, it is painted and completely finished. Like everything is done in the span of a week. Can you do that in a week?
Uh, I don't know if you can hear me. Well, you probably can't, but you're frozen on my screen, so
Oh.
I'm gonna have to wait.
No, I can hear you just fine.
Let's see. It's frozen.
I can
I
hear
didn't
you,
really
and you're moving on my
get your
screen.
question.
Oh
I
gosh.
do get the question. Um,
Hello?
what's going on? Uh,
Hello?
so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just continue saying what I was gonna say. Um, um, yeah, you're not given enough time. It's just it's not possible. Just to make it everything, try to structure everything great with little time, and then you still got to do another thing. I mean, at that point, you're just rushing it, and then obviously you're stressing because you're like, well, I'm not gonna have it done by then, or if I do it, it's not gonna look perfect, or it's not up to the standard that they want it. It's just a lot of pressure, and then obviously that pressure could lead to a lot of mistakes, and it could cause a lot of problems during the end. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, obviously, I know what you meant though, but it's not it's not right and fair for the workers
Yeah.
to even be. I mean, just to deal with that type of stress.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's just an unfortunate situation all the way around. Um, yeah, that's the end of our script. Do you have anything else you want to add?
uh, no,
No? Let's do what we
oh,
usually do and look at Twitter real quick to see if there's any news. Um, I know at Disneyland actually a few hours ago, there's a dude on the It's a Small World ride and he took off his clothes and was streaking on the attraction. Just this is a kids ride. I don't know why you're doing this at Disneyland, but that's weird. Oh, Um, UGA played against Georgia Tech yesterday and won, and then Alabama played against Auburn and barely won. Um,
Y'all barely beat Georgia Tech by
we
a
weren't
touchdown.
playing most of our players.
Y'all barely
It's
won.
fine. It is
Y'all would
fine.
have lost. Y'all would have been complaining.
Shh, it is fine. Oh,
Eight.
Miami. Big Miami FC. There was news about them apparently going to go play in the Riyadh soccer league against one of their teams, and it was like an article that they were going to, and then Miami had to come out yesterday and say, no, this article is fake, we are not going to do that.
And then they're gonna do it. Watch. They're gonna.
I don't know, man, because it
Uh,
looked legit. I was like, this is coming from actual Miami, but I don't know. What else, what else, what
my
else?
boy WWE CM Punk returned after 12 years.
Oh yeah, in the WWE
It's
yesterday.
a if no and Randy Orton came back. Probably no one cares if you don't watch wrestling. Uh,
Oh, what
we're
else, what
getting close to the
else?
MLS finals. In a week from now, we'll determine who plays in the finals. So we're at the conference finals stage right now.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there hasn't really been. I mean, we talked about mostly everything,
Yeah, I think we
and there hasn't
covered
really there hasn't been really much anything for this week. So most of the stuff we talked about was last week,
this week. Yeah.
like from last week's stuff.
Yep.
There hasn't been much because obviously Thanksgiving people have been relaxing, enjoying time with their family. So
Exactly.
there hasn't really been much news. Besides, I mean, I think Team One just bringing it back with the roster,
Hmm.
which we kind of expected, but we were
Oh,
expecting roster changes.
if you watch Eurovision, yeah, to this today actually was Junior Eurovision and France won, so now they are the back-to-back Junior Eurovision champions. If you care about that at all. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like there is. I can't think
Give
of
away
anything.
at 100 subscribers.
We're what?
What?
What? Something you said about 100 subscribers?
Give away at 100 subscribers.
Giveaway? I don't know what we'd be giving away, but something, I guess. Uh,
Amazon.
Amazon gift card.
Why not?
Sure.
So if you knew and you just wanted, go 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 subscribe.
Go subscribe. And you have to leave a comment because if nobody comments, it goes to one of us.
Put it right back in my pocket.
Just saying. But
I mean, not much.
yeah, I think that's it for this episode. So thank you guys for watching episode 6 of Conquest. You know the drill. If you like what you're seeing, like. If you don't like, dislike. Leave a comment. Let us know any news that we might have missed that you want us to talk about, or if you want us to play any games. Link it below. You might be able to check them out. We have Twitter and all those stuff. It's all in the description, so you know the drill. But thank you guys for watching this episode. We will see you guys probably next week. Until next time, bye.
Wait, hold up. You gotta make sure you turn on that notification bell too.
Oh, there's that too.
You
Yeah.
forget that, man. That's the most important thing. So you know when we upload, and then if you are not, if you're bored after watching all our videos, go back and watch the other one. Go watch last season's podcast. That's where the money was at. If you want to know more, like he said, follow us on socials. We stream as well. Boy, I'm tired, man. This whole week has been hecking,
Mm-hmm.
hecking. Like I'm
Checking.
checked.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh God, dude, no, yeah, we gotta end this podcast. But yeah, make sure you turn on the notifications so you know when we upload. Um, yeah, go watch other videos we have on the channel as well.
Yep.
So hope y'all had a safe holiday. And as we approach Christmas, literally a month from now, holy. And yeah, the CEO over here is gonna be old too.
Just a little bit.
Big 45, man. Shout out to Mark
Battle on, but
45.
sure.
So yeah. So we'll see y'all, like you said, next week.
Bye.
Bye.